My name's Sampson. I teach here at Dartmouth High. When you're talking about textbooks and students, especially one this size, 300 pages, they don't always go together. A lot of times they'll do that. And they'll say, I can't read, right? Or I don't want to read, right? So I actually didn't ask them to read it. I said, just leaf through it and tell me, as far as your experience goes, right? You live in this province, what's not in the book, right? And that was pretty easy for them to figure out without reading the entire book, that there's not much there about Nova Scotia history. It could have been any one of Nova Scotia, African Nova Scotian figures, but we chose Viola Desmond, and each student had a section to complete, right? And what we did was we partnered with Bridgecat, right, a local artistic sort of nonprofit set up here in Dartmouth. And they came into the classroom. Now you have a real life artist in the room who's helping us and showing us how to create this project. Each student was assigned a section of history to kind of bring out the story. But the idea was to build a story around the figure of what happened, how segregated was Nova Scotia, who helped to make it desegregated. I'm going to tell you, they were dancing and singing, not your typical class, right? When the picture was finally assembled and folks, even before anybody came in to look at it, you could hear them down the hall singing and dancing. The principal came running to see what was going on, and lo and behold, it was a joyous occasion because they assembled the picture. I was almost in tears myself. I didn't know what to say, right? I mean, how do you deal with a moment like that, right? It's something that you really can't plan for, right? You don't know how the students are going to respond, but in this case, it was absolutely amazing. Right? And the artist, Joanne Napier, that helped me to put this together, the portrait portion, she just stood back and watched and couldn't believe it. I mean, these are kids that likely would have not bothered to come to class for many days, but they were here during their lunch breaks. This took a long time. It took a lot of dedication, right? You can't get that out of a textbook just by saying, here, read this. As Tyrell just mentioned in the hall, right? He loves the class because it's not just the paper lessons, right? They actually realize that they're going to come in and they know they're going to make the African masks. They know they're going to have basket weaving. Furthermore, we're going outside of the classroom. They know that we're going to an African drumming contest. They're going to get out of these four walls, go to the Culture Center, and experience that event firsthand. You know, if we say the U.S., right, usually Rosa Parks comes to mind. For Canada, it's Viola Desmond. And here we had her sister in the classroom, working with the students on the painting. A learning just doesn't get any better than that. Right? And this is an event that they'll never forget.